Boo! Welcome to the 2023 Horror Show at Warwick Valley Television. I live the lame, alarming Jipperdors, or AJ for short. And with so many people gathered here today, I'm so tempted to crawl out of your watching device and suck all of your blood out. But alas, I have signed a contract not to do such actions.
Of course, I wasn't so lucky with the whole blood-sucking part. Last year I watched the 2022 edition of this show, and the vampire that hosted it last time, I think her name was Jasleen, went through the screen, sucked my blood, and it was right after the show faded to black. She obviously got fired after that incident. That's there being the new vampire here, AJ. And apparently WVTV was hiring for a second host this year, and I thought, hey, I'm an actual Halloween character in the flesh. Well, not literally, but you get the idea.
Well, I'm happy to be on the show with you, cool ghost guy, and I'm speaking which I don't quite catch your name.
Oh, yes, well, my name is Shackle.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Shackle. By the way, if you don't mind me prying, you're a ghost. So doesn't that mean you are a spirit as kept in the living realm because there's a part of you that was never emotionally fulfilled back when you were alive?
Well, it's true. That's actually why I took the job here. I think that being a part of the horror show at Warwick Valley Television will scare me into freeing this spirit of mine.
Then look no further, Shackle. There are actually some horror shorts we are about to call Roadkill and then Beast. Heck, I'm so excited I could suck somebody's blood.
Good thing you signed that contract when you did.
Hello? Hi, honey. Oh, whoa! Why are you screaming at me? Is this about that guy from work again? I told you not to keep bothering me on that. Look, I told you, it was either him or the whole company went down. And I am not letting all of my hard work go down, okay? I love you. Ah!
There's no point in trying to run from us. No matter what, you will always achieve the same fate. There will be no heaven, and there will be no hell. Only eternal suffering for those like you.
She's running. What is it? She's running. What is it? She's running.
Oh shoot, I forgot to feed Boo Boo. Boo Boo? Boo Boo!
in my blood from watching those demonic makings. Whew. Especially that last shot in Roadkill with that disturbed lighting on the girl's face. And then the car hit her. And in that other film, Beast, when the person was eaten at the end. It's so unnerving.
Well, first off, you don't have any blood, remember?
Well, in spirit, I do.
Okay, well, that part being said, there's a lot more where those horror stories came from.
Oh, good, because I don't think I've been scared enough yet for my whole spirit to be freed.
Well, you've still got a lot of time to figure it out. As for me, I need to get my blood fixed soon. Seeing so many blood-filled vessels makes me want to suck all their blood out. A vampire like myself needs to get her blood fill at least every half an hour, or else I get this condition I like to call blood crazy.
AJ, I don't think you need the blood as much as you think you do. Why do you like that stuff so much?
I mean, I just love the sugary taste of it all, and blood is just so bloody, especially people's blood. I don't know why. Plus, you'd be surprised just how many dishes you can make out of only blood. And before you ask, vampires are like bees in the sense of storing blood in our fangs and then transferring it somewhere else instead of only eating it raw. Vampires like me like to bring excess blood to a cooking pot and then cook wonders with it. You can make blood pie, blood jello, a personal favorite of mine, and even blood cake.
Well, that's interesting. And the food selection is a whole bloody lot. But are you sure you need that much blood? What you've been talking about this whole show sounds a lot like the condition blood flood I've heard a lot about.
Blood flood? What's that?
Oh, I'll tell you. Right after these next two horror shorts.
Door's locked. Hey, Red, this you.
Grace, what are you doing?
There's someone in there.
No one's in there.
Yeah, there is.
Now my blood is really starting to flow.
Must be nice.
Yeah, you know I've got plenty of it in my system. Anyway, do tell. What is this blood flood?
Okay, so blood flood is when you start depending on blood consumption because of the misperception that you feel more powerful by taking others' blood. You may feel it's a necessity to you because of your deep craving for it. And when going about half an hour without it, you may start to go to desperate extremes to get that blood, which I think in your words you called it blood crazy?
Oh, that must be why the other vampire back in 2022 sucked all the blood out of you.
Yeah, probably, but it also explains your deep craving.
Huh? So what? This is bad? We all need some power in our lives. Sucking other people's blood is what I do.
If you ever want to have a clear and free weight-lifted mind with nice inner peace in your gut, you need to get rid of this fixation of yours. And also, feeling real and true power isn't gained the way you think it's gained.
I'm a vampire. The urge is just a part of being me, sort of like a personality aspect.
Well, AJ, in addition to blood, vampires can actually eat anything humans can eat, except onions, obviously. And second, there are better, more rewarding, more lasting feelings than the dopamine rush from taking blood.
But there's no other feeling in the world like sucking out people's blood. Without sucking the blood, the person's energy, taking away the slightest will from a person to possibly oppose me, well, that just makes me feel, well, weak if I don't get that.
AJ, you're not weak. However, you should learn that real and true power doesn't come from controlling and or trying to weaken others. It comes from the inside. Staying in the moment, finding inner peace that lies inside yourself, and learning how to accept others for who they are.
Well, what do I do when no one accepts me? Then I'm vulnerable, and then I'll get hurt again.
Not everyone will accept you because those people haven't accepted themselves for who they are, making them unable to accept others for who they are. My point being is that if you keep accepting, loving, and caring for yourself all in healthy ways and reflect that onto others, then maybe the world isn't that much of a fight to survive place after all. And this is coming from somebody who's already dead.
I need to think about this, but that does make me realize something about your situation, Shackle.
What's that?
I'll tell you after this next short.
True. Nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous I had been and am. But why will you say that I am mad? The disease has sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. How then am I mad? Hearken and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. It is impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain. But once conceived. It haunted me day and night. Object there was none, passion there was none. I loved the old man, he had never wronged me. He had never given me insult, for his gold I had no desire. I think it was his eye. Yes, it was this. He had the eye of a vulture. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold. And so, by degrees, very gradually, I made up my mind to take the life of the old man and thus rid myself of the eye forever. You should have seen me. You should have seen how wisely I proceeded. With what caution, with what foresight, with what dissimulation I went to work. I was never kinder to the old man than during the whole week before I killed him. And every night, about midnight, I turned the latch of his door and opened it, oh, so gently. And then, when I had made an opening sufficient for my head, I put in a dark lantern, all closed, that no light shone out. And then I thrust in my head. Oh, you would have laughed to see how cunningly I thrust it in. I moved it slowly, very, very slowly. Would a madman have been so wise as this? I undid the lantern cautiously, oh, so cautiously. Cautiously, for the hinges creaked. I undid it just so much that a single thin ray fell upon the vulture eye. And this I did for 7 long nights, every night, just at midnight. But I found the eye always closed. And so it was impossible to do the work, for it was not the old man who vexed me, but his evil eye. And every morning when the day broke, I went boldly into the chamber and spoke courageously to him, calling him by name in a hearty tone, and inquiring how he has passed the night. So you see, he would have been a very profound old man indeed to suspect that every night, just at 12, I looked in upon him while he slept. Upon the 8th night, I was more than usually cautious opening the door.
Who's there?
A shriek has been heard by a neighbor during the night. Suspicion of foul play has been aroused. Information has been lodged at the police office, and we have been deputed to search the premises.
Welcome. The shriek was my own in a dream. Come, search well. The old man is absent in the country. His treasures secure, undisturbed.
Looks to be a false report.
Please, sit.
Appreciate it. So, Willie, you wanted to consult us about some official business?
Oh, I have received personal information from a very high quarter that a certain document of the last importance has been purloined from the royal apartments. The individual who purloined it is known. This beyond a doubt. He was seen to take it. It is known also that it still remains in his possession.
How is this known?
It is clearly inferred from the nature of the document, and from the non-appearance of certain results which would at once arise from its passing out of the robber's possession. That is to say, from his employing it as he must design in the end to employ it. I may venture so far as to say that the paper gives its holder a certain power in a certain quarter where such power is immensely valuable.
Still, I do not quite understand.
No? Well, with the disclosure of the document to a third person, who shall be nameless, would bring in question the honor of a personage of most exalted status, but an ascendancy open to the the letter escaped notice. At this juncture enters the Minister D. Be a little more. Observe the conclusion of the personage addressed and fathom after some business transaction hurried through in the ordinary manner, it produces the letter somewhat similar to one question.
Villains! Dissemble no more! I admit the deed! Tear up the plague! Here it is, the beating of his hideous heart!
Whoa.
Is that the vow of "that was unsettlingly scary," or was it the vow of "I just realized something"?
Kind of both, but most importantly, I'm realizing that I've been obsessing so much about what I don't have fulfilled in my soul, that I think that has been the problem this whole time. I too am not living in the present, knowing that what I am is truly great, and having inner peace within myself. What I didn't realize is that the freedom of my spirit is about focusing on self. That when I really look around and stop thinking entirely and just feel the sight of the world around me, the quiet sounds that I zone out, the world feels light. It's not that heavy as I thought it was. In my head and in my chest, I feel like I can float. What's happening? I think I'm elevating into the afterlife now that my spirit is free. Alarming Jeopardist, it's been so nice to share my afterlife with you. I wish I could have met you when I was alive. Quick, we have to wrap up this show.
Yes, I've been your host, Alarming Jeopardorius.
And I've been your ghost, Shackle.
And this has been the 2023 Horror Show at Warwick Valley Television.